Hi, friends. Welcome to Enlightened World Network. Dr. Ruth Anderson here for a meditation a day. Today, we have a very special guest meditator. It is Sue Broome. So excited to have Sue with us here today. Sue, we're approaching the holidays. I'm wondering if that's going to have anything to do with your meditation.
I'm not sure. I initial thoughts, it's like, I don't think so. But then again, there go the chimes. So I don't know. We'll have to evaluate afterwards.
Okay, well, let's just go ahead and get started. Let's see where it takes us.
Oh, yes. All right. Whenever you're ready, you just let me know.
I'm ready.
Okay. Hello, everyone. Let's all get in a very comfortable position. In your chair, or if you're lying down, and take a couple of deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. And even after one breath, you might notice your body is starting to relax. And let's do it a couple more times. In and out. And continue at your own pace, not trying to change your breath. Just being very conscious and aware. You might even want to set the intention that with each exhale, stresses are being released. Anything that no longer serves you is being released. Worries, frustrations, overwhelm. And with each inhale, you're breathing in peace and calm, divine love, appreciation, gratitude. And whatever other words or thoughts fill you with the energy that you want in your body and in your day. And allow the energy that you no longer want in your life or in your day to be released with the exhale. You might notice that your arms and legs are much more relaxed. The muscles have gone limp because all the stress that you were carrying is now gone or falling away. You might notice the chimes off to the side. They bring in a light energy. So today, I'd like you to imagine you're sitting in a room, you're sitting on the floor. and all around you is a game of dominoes where someone has set up the dominoes ready to be set in motion. And you're sitting comfortably in the center. And all around you can see how the dominoes weave in and out of different areas of your life. Different things from your past, maybe different memories, different belief systems. And you just look around the room and see where they all fall, where they're all situated. And just noticing. Because you are the one that's going to get to start the dominoes in motion. So just look around and notice. Or maybe things that you are attached to in different ways that aren't necessarily under your control. For instance, your house, or your car. Nevertheless, things that are still attached to you in some way. And just notice. And maybe there are things where you're not exactly sure what it is, because maybe it's a color. And that's all it is. Maybe there's a sign that doesn't have anything written on it, and you're unsure. And that's okay. So take one last look around the room. And take a deep breath. And start the dominoes falling. And just watch. Watch in amazement as they go tumbling down through the different beliefs that you may have had, through the different things you may have been connected to or are still connected to, maybe different foods that you are eating, different things in your life. Just watch. They tumble and weave, and you're just watching in amazement. There may be some emotion that comes up with some of it. There may not. Just watch. It may change colors in different areas of the room. And it's tumbling through different things, different aspects. You might even notice as some areas, as the dominoes tumble, you may notice some relief somewhere in your body. You may notice some tinges or twinges, some areas of your body, and that's okay. Your ears might pop. Your stomach might gurgle. You might feel uncomfortable. Just observe. Just observe all the dominoes as they fall. Watching them weave in and out. In some areas, you might look at in a curious way as things are tumbling down in certain areas, and you're unsure why, and that's okay. As you take one last look around the room, you know it's getting to the end of the dominoes falling. Then you see the last one fall. And there's a part of you that just, there's a sigh of relief within your body. Some might feel excitement. Some might feel a sadness, a grief for different things that appear to have fallen away. Just take a moment to acknowledge any emotions, any thoughts, any feelings within your body that come up. Just take a moment. Now I'd like you to acknowledge and thank your emotions. As you glance around the room, all of the dominoes that were there have disappeared. Almost like they've gone up in a poof of smoke or glitter, or just disappeared. And the room is empty, except you in the center. And then you notice there are new dominoes for you to set up. As you're looking at them, you can see the energy of your soul being infused into them. See the energies of the divine love being infused in them. See the angelic energy being infused in them. You can see the energy of the stars being infused. Feel the energy of Mother Nature, Mother Earth, the plant and the animal kingdom being infused. And it is now up to you to set them up in a way that they will be more stable, that they will not be able to be easily tumbled away. It is up to you to set them up the way that you would like. And once you start, you can still see the energy from the stars and from the divine, from Mother Earth, all being infused the energy of each of these, the love that you feel for each one. Because you are setting up your own foundation. You are in charge of setting up what's important for you, the beliefs you want, the foods you want, the things that are important in your life. All of that is going into how you set up your room. There may be something different about these dominoes than the others. As you're setting them up, you may notice that they don't topple over like the others. And there's a lot of thought that you can put into each one. Maybe there's different areas that are only color. Maybe some areas are only sound. Maybe some areas are only animals. You are in control of setting up your room your way. Take a few deep breaths and notice how far you've come in setting up your room. You can come and add to it whenever you would like, and spend as much time as you would like. Have gratitude and appreciation for how far you've come today in letting go of the old and in bringing in the new. Each time you come back to this place, this time and space, your dominoes may change. Maybe they're not dominoes anymore. Maybe they're building blocks. Maybe they're still dominoes, but they just function different. Maybe the colors have changed. You are in charge. Thank your energy, yourself, for taking time today to be a part. And thank all the other participants, the divine energy, angelic realm. Mother Earth. The colors, the sounds. And slowly start coming back into your body. So with each breath you're taking now, you're starting to notice the room you are sitting in or lying down in. You're starting to notice your body, your physical body. You might start moving your hands and your feet, your fingers and your toes, your shoulders, your neck. Take a couple more deep breaths. And open your eyes whenever you are ready, coming all the way back into your body.
Sue Broome, I would think you've outdone yourself. That was really something.
That was interesting.
Yeah, that was really interesting. A couple of thoughts came to mind. At one point, my brain went, why did I think this might have to do with the holidays? And the words I heard were, the holidays are you. Like we're celebrating you. That's the holiday right here. So that was cool. But at one point, as I was watching the dominoes falling,
Mm.
I thought, oh, I wish I was drawing this out.
Mm.
And I actually want to go back in and see, and as you said, it may be different dominoes this next time. So I may not be able to do that. But it was so interesting to me because I did feel the emotions. I could see, the visuals of, if it was looping around a particular scene or seeing different flashes from my childhood and what was important in this understanding of me and who I am. And it was truly fascinating. So thank you. And then to watch it end. So that I thought was interesting. But then when we were setting up the new, I thought was also really interesting because there was this clump of dominoes and the energy of it was struggle and growth and loss and love. And I said, if I'm creating this, can I just bypass this? Can I just create a couple of different paths that I could go around? And the answer was, well, yes, if you don't want the learnings that would come through that time. So it was like, okay, leave it in, but leave the bypasses there just in case at the last minute I decide not to go into that. And I thought, how interesting. And did we, before we came into this lifetime, set up the dominoes and, put these little bombs of growth and learning along the way? And then did we just go, yeah, okay, I can take that on now. Let's go ahead and do that. Or no, I can't do that right now. Let's bypass. Just sort of interesting thinking there. So thank you for that.
Yeah, I'll tell you that it was interesting, and I got flashes of it about 10 minutes before we connected. So it was about 10 to 10. And I find it interesting because it's like, I'll be, so I can walk a circle here. And I was going back out to the kitchen and I'm like, all of a sudden I get a thought and it's like, I came back out here and I had to go back out there and then it's like, oh, and then I get another thought. It's like, oh, and it's so funny how it's like, but I wasn't really sure how it was going to go. So this was really fun. And did you get a sense when when the dominoes were falling that there were old aspects of yourself or old things that like, I'm so done with that? Did you get any sense of that?
I didn't get that. What I did experience that caught my attention was it went through my work life and it was like chunk, chunk, chunk. And it was like energetically and emotionally like, oh yeah, that was hard. Oh yeah. And I thought, ooh, there's energy there that still needs to be cleared. It
Mm,
was surprising to me. Yeah. So what I got was not, I'm so done with that. It was like, ooh, I don't think I'm done with that. I think I
interesting.
need to go back in there and clear some of that out.
That's interesting. Yeah, and I yeah, and I'm so glad that we talk about this afterwards because it's so different because almost how I was seeing it for me, in some areas it was funny because it's like, well, why is it only color over there? What is that? Right? Because and I think the color for me, it's like, oh, maybe it's an area that you're not ready to look at, or maybe agreement, or maybe it's something that will evolve into something else
Yeah. It's
and
not
you're just
sure.
not sure. Yeah, it's not. So it's like, yeah, this has to go, but it doesn't matter what it is because it's not going forward with you. Now, did you notice anything that were the dominoes? Did they have numbers on them or colors, or were they just dominoes?
At, at the very beginning, you said dominoes, and so my brain put dots on them, but once they were falling, I didn't notice.
Yeah. And I noticed colors.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I was just caught up in the visuals that they were showing me.
It's so fun, but it really does show us that we we can let go of whatever we want to, whatever we choose to let go of, and we can build whatever we choose. It's where are we putting our energy
Absolutely.
and how strong. It was interesting to me because I'm like, okay, how are you going to do this, guys? Because dominoes, if you're building again with dominoes, they could just fall down again. What are you going to do about that? So it's like, oh, okay, got it.
Right. You made them extra sturdy. I noticed that. And it's like,
But maybe some won't be, and that's the other thing. It's like, well, what if I'm building and this one isn't? It's like, well, then maybe that is something that you really don't want.
right, right. Or
So
maybe
interesting.
bend or yeah. So, but you know what's an interesting concept is making almost if you could go in and video what was happening in our brains at that time, so then you go back and create like a picture of all of this that it's doing. It would be fascinating because it feels like a life path, right? For someone. And I wonder if you did a life path for an infant, if it's going to be really short, and someone who's lived a long time, if it's going to have a lot of stuff in it. It's just, it's an interesting way to picture someone's lifetime.
Yeah, it is. And looking around the room, how much it's like, was it from this life or was it a past life that you brought in? And it's like, oh yeah. That one kind of took a while because it's like, how many lives did that have to happen? You know?
But am I revisiting again? Yeah, interesting.
Yeah.
All right, well, we're not done with this concept, I can tell. That's so cool. Hey, Sue Broome, what would you like folks to know about you and what you bring to the world?
Yeah, I like to connect people with who they are, whether it's their angels that they want to connect with, but mainly with their soul. And it's all about empowerment, empowering people, because this helps. This, what we just went through, empowers somebody to build or let go of in their life, whatever they're ready to let go of. And it's people can do all this themselves. So I like being able to share that with people.
Well, you're such a good guide and coach for folks to truly help them understand themselves as spiritual beings. And they can find you at SueBroome.com.
Yep, SueBroome.com.
Excellent. Sue, thank you so very much for today. And friends here at Enlightened World Network, thank you for being here with us, whether it was live or obviously after the fact. So, so take good care. God bless, and we'll see you all soon. Bye now.